Hi everyone. So today I'm thinking about listening more to God, something which I've had more time to do recently, and there are 5 ways I think that are helpful to me to do this, and I'll quickly run through them for you. So when we hear from God, whatever way that might be, we should always measure it up against the Bible. So Paul says all scripture is God-breathed, so everything we hear in whatever way, we should always measure it up against scripture. Number 2 is dreams and visions. So in Acts 2 verse 17 it says, your sons and daughters will prophesy, your young men will see visions, and old men dream dreams. And a few years ago, a girl in our youth group called Zoe sadly passed away, and her friend Hannah had a dream that it was the night she died that Hannah had this dream, that she was happy, and that was really comforting to Hannah at the time. So yeah, that's my experience of dreams and visions. Number 3 is hearing God in counsel. So in Proverbs 12 verse 15 it says, the ways of fools seem right to them, but the wise listen to advice. And it's no less spiritual to seek advice and to seek God's voice in conversations with other people, maybe a Christian friend, or maybe even hearing something at church. Conversations can reveal things that we need to hear sometimes. Number 4 is personal reflection, and I found this really helpful when I was reading about this in this book called How to Pray by Pete Greig, and it says this: most people today miss the voice of God, not because it's too strange, but because it's too familiar. They expect the Almighty to sound dramatic, bombastic, unmistakable, and a bit spooky. But when Elijah was hiding in a cave and experienced a great and powerful wind that tore the mountains apart, followed by an earthquake and then fire, we are told that the Lord was not in any of these great events. But then, after the fire, came a gentle whisper. This was the voice of God. And sometimes that gentle whisper can come to us an idea or a mental impression, and in prayer, or even afterwards when we're distracted. And we've had a lot more time recently to be walking and gardening and things like that, when we can really give God space to speak to us. Number 5. What's number 5? Hearing God in action. So sometimes we have to step out in faith to then hear God, and it can be it'd be much better, maybe, we think, if God gave us a complete guide map to what's going to happen next and where he wants us to go, but that's not the case. So, it's very rarely, I've never had that. So it's best if we step out in faith and we hear from God that way, and often he reveals things to us in the acting, in the stepping out, and then again and again and again. So I hope that's interesting, and I hope to see you all soon.